months ago, I stood in a house with 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and a garden I had spent 20 years filling with things I loved. And I made a decision that everyone around me thought was either incredibly brave or completely insane. I gave it all up for a tiny apartment. Today I want to tell you exactly what happened next. Not the Pinterest version, the real version. The version where I sat on the floor of an empty room and asked myself, who am I without all of this space? And I want to tell you what I found when I answered that question honestly. If you are watching this and you are somewhere in the middle of that decision, maybe your kids have moved out, maybe your house feels too big, maybe someone you love is telling you it is time, I made this video for you. Because nobody told me what it was actually going to feel like. And I wish they had. Let me paint you a picture of the before. The house was beautiful. 4 bedrooms, a dining room we used twice a year, a living room that had 2 seating areas, one for guests who rarely came and one for the television nobody watched. Storage rooms filled with things I had not touched in a decade. A garage that held 2 cars and 3 decades of accumulated objects that I was certain I would need someday. Someday never came. And then, quietly over a few years, I began to notice something. The bigger the house got, the more I was cleaning spaces I was not living in. The more I was maintaining rooms that served no one. The more my energy was going into preserving a life that no longer matched who I was. The decision did not come in one dramatic moment. It came in small accumulations. It came the morning I cleaned a bathroom that had not been used in 3 weeks. It came the afternoon I opened a storage room to find objects I had completely forgotten I owned. Beautiful objects, quality objects, objects I had carefully chosen at some point in my life and then buried under the weight of more. It came when I visited a friend who had already made the move, who lived in a 600 square foot apartment in the center of the city, surrounded only by what she truly loved. And I felt something that surprised me completely. Felt envious, not of her apartment, of her clarity, of the way every single thing in her home was there because it earned its place, of the way she could walk from one end of her life to the other in 30 steps and nothing was hidden, nothing was forgotten, nothing was waiting to be dealt with someday. The hardest part was not the decision itself. The hardest part was admitting that the big house had become more about identity than about living, and that who I actually was, who I wanted to be in this chapter of my life, needed a completely different kind of space. The design philosophy of letting go. Here is what nobody tells you about downsizing into a tiny apartment. The design work does not start when you move in. It starts when you decide what gets to come with you. And that editing process, that ruthless, loving, sometimes heartbreaking process of deciding what earns a place in your new smaller life, that is the most important design decision you will ever make. Had 3 rules. Rule 1. If it does not work hard, it does not come. In a tiny apartment, every piece of furniture must earn its space twice, once aesthetically and once functionally. Beautiful objects that serve no purpose were the first to go. Rule 2. Quality over quantity always. I would rather have 1 extraordinary piece than 3 adequate ones. 1 beautiful chair I love completely will always outperform 3 chairs I feel nothing for. 3. The things I love most get the most visible positions. In a big house, your most precious objects can hide in rooms you rarely enter. In a tiny apartment, everything is always visible. So I decided the things I treasure most deserve to be seen every day. Living room, the heart of everything. In my old house, the living room was large enough that furniture could hide from each other. Sofas and chairs that never quite spoke to one another. A coffee table that was more surface area than purpose. In my tiny apartment, the living room is everything. Dining area, reading space, receiving room, morning coffee space, evening wind down space. And because it does all of these things, every single element in it has been chosen with extraordinary care. The sofa is the finest piece of furniture I have ever owned. Because in a small space, your sofa is everything. It is the first thing you see, the last thing you pass, the thing you live against every single day. It deserved the best I could give it. The rug defines the entire room. Large, natural, warm. It tells the eye where the room begins and ends and creates a sense of completeness that a bare floor never could. And then there is the light. 3 sources, always warm. Never overhead after 6 in the evening. The room transforms completely between morning and night. And that transformation is one of my greatest daily pleasures. Bedroom. The sanctuary discovered. My bedroom in the big house was large. It had a sitting area I used twice, a vanity I eventually stopped using, and enough closet space to lose entire seasons of clothing. My bedroom now is small, deliberate, and the most peaceful room I have ever slept in. The bed is the entire room, and I mean that as the highest possible compliment. The bed is extraordinary. The best linen, the most considered layers, the most beautiful headboard I could find. Because when the bedroom is small, the bed is not just where you sleep. It is the room's entire identity. The single nightstand holds exactly what I need each evening, nothing more. The curtains fall from ceiling to floor in the palest warm linen. When the morning light comes through them, the room glows. I have lived in larger rooms that never came close to this feeling. I want to be honest with you about what I lost. I lost the dining room where I hosted 20 people for holidays. I lost the garden I spent years cultivating. I lost the extra bedroom where grandchildren stayed. I lost the feeling, small and large at the same time, of being a person with a big house. Those losses were real. I'm not going to pretend otherwise. But here is what I found. I found that I host more now than I did in the big house, because the intimacy of a small space makes gatherings feel like real gatherings rather than events to manage. I found that I know where everything I own is at every moment. I found that I spend zero time in rooms I do not love because every room I have is a room I love. I found that I wake up in the morning in a space that reflects exactly who I am right now. Not who I was 20 years ago, not who I thought I should be, but who I actually am. And that feeling, that complete alignment between your inner life and your outer space, is the most luxurious thing I have ever experienced. If you are standing at that decision and you are afraid, I understand. The fear is real. But on the other side of it is something I did not expect. Not just a smaller home, a truer one. The downsizing decision is one of the most personal decisions you will ever make, and no one can make it for you. But if this video has reached you at exactly the right moment, if something in what I have shared today resonated with something you have been quietly feeling for a while, I hope it gave you one thing: not permission. You do not need my permission. Just the knowledge that on the other side of letting go, there is something waiting that you are going to love. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this video moved you or helped you in any way, please give it a like and share it with someone who might be facing the same decision. Subscribe so you never miss what we create next. And tell me in the comments, where are you in this journey? Are you considering the move? Have you already made it? I read every single comment, and your stories genuinely mean everything to me. See you in the next one.